Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Longbox guys. With me as always are some of my very best friends since I was a very little kid. Josh, how you doing? What are you drinking?
I'm doing really good, and I am drinking a mini creamsicle from Treehouse.
Ooh,
Very
sounds
orangey
tasty.
and vanilla beer. It's really, it tastes good, but as you're approaching the beer, like the vanilla's a little over the top, and it kind of has that you know when vanilla sort of turns the corner to shoe leather?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's I've been I'm not savoring the smell as much. I'm just skipping right by and drinking.
Well, shit, with
Gotcha.
your nose, I mean, you should be getting that whiff way before the rest of us.
Yeah, so I'm forewarned is, foredipped in my nose, so.
Tommy, how you doing and what are you drinking there, pal?
I'm doing all right. I am drinking some Grangestone scotch. It is delicious.
It sounds
It
delicious.
is.
How about you there, Mikey? What do you got? That's a good haircut, by the way. You looking
Thank you. I got it from Fort Benning.
Oh, really? Of course you did.
Of course I did. I am just drinking water tonight in honor of Stacy, and also because I've been fighting. I don't know if it's a cold or allergies, but something's been kicking my ass, other than my wife.
It could also have been old age. I'm drinking just a nice little glass of scotch today. But I was thinking about a drink that I used to get in Hawaii all the time called the fish bowl. The fish bowl was such a notorious drink that you were only able to order one every day, and that was it. Then you were cut off from the bar for the rest of the night because it was 14 shots. Speaking of fish bowls, one of my favorite minions of all time is going to be in the episode we're talking about. And of course, we're talking about Megamind.
Yeah,
Joshua.
so Megamind, it's just a succinct and classic turnabout is fair play. Every possible hero story arc you could fit into a movie is in this movie. It's from Dreamworks from 2010. It's headlined by Will Ferrell, Tina Fey, Jonah Hill, David Cross, and Brad Pitt. It's just a great voice cast. And one of the things that surprised me when I first saw the film, and I'm typically pretty good at just knocking people's voices and being like, oh, that's that person. Will Ferrell threw me for a loop on this one.
Doesn't sound like Will Ferrell at all, does it?
You catch glimpses of his intonations in it, but he actually uses a voice for this character, which he doesn't usually do. So, but for those unfamiliar, Megamind has
Spoilers.
total spoilers coming up
For a 12-year-old movie.
For a 12-year-old movie. They both just steal the Superman origin story. Both babies coming from destroyed planets, landing on Earth. One lands in a prison, which is Megamind, and the other lands in some super affluent home in the suburbs. And so Megamind is tinted blue and it has the super brain power, and Metro Man is your typical Superman, all powerful, not all powerful, but the Superman template of powers, and they square off in this just great little movie about superhero tropes and how to sort of slip past them and make them just such a fantastic and entertaining movie.
Yeah, a huge redemption arc for the bad guy. A weird, odd redemption arc for the good guy, too. Using a lot of those tropes that we love so much, like every hero has to have a weakness. What if the hero doesn't have a weakness, but he fakes it? Oh, no.
Found my weakness.
Oh, no.
Copper.
What? Wait, what?
What?
Oh,
Are you
no.
serious?
All this. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
That's why I have the great Copper Spider. I loved how he would mispronounce the easiest words to make this character just more fun and creepy, crazy, and silly and fun. Yeah. I always think that this is a DreamWorks joint, but I keep thinking it's Pixar just because of the dump truck ass they gave Tina Fey, which is like the Pixar hallmark.
Yeah. I mean, to this day, I still answer the phone, Olo.
Oh,
people
no.
Are like, this movie gave me 8 words that I constantly use, and just the the change in intonation to be irritating has stood the test of time with me personally.
Yes,
I love
especially when it comes to
monstrosity.
Monstrosity.
Atrocity.
Monstrosity.
It's Metro City. You know it's Metro City, right? Monstrosity. It's Spider. I think everyone's used Spider. The
Spider.
Spider of Doom. David Cross's long-suffering sidekick named Minion is just totally a terrific. It's a fish in a giant ape and robot body suit contraption android. He's one of the big, like, nothing that Megamind can do. It can do no wrong in his eyes, whether it's being good or whether it's being bad. He keeps wanting to be bad, but then he kind of comes around to wanting to be good. A lot of fun stuff. I love the invisible car bits.
Yeah.
Which they kept running into their invisible car. Of course they ran into the invisible car. And then he drops his
forget where they
invisible
parked
keys. Yeah. I know where I parked the invisible car shit. And then he drops his invisible car keys. He's like, well, we might as well just not have an invisible car at this point.
Yeah, are you ready to have your mind blown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember Megamind is faking himself as pretending to be the curator of the Metro Man Museum?
Yeah.
Right.
What was that character's name?
Bernard.
Bernard.
Yeah.
You know who played Bernard?
Ben Stiller.
Damn it.
I watched
Josh
it today.
Uh,
I watched the movie today, Mike.
Plus, he had to do the background story. He probably looked at the IMDb, which I did, and I saw, I wonder why Ben Stiller was the other voice.
he's one of the producers. He was supposed to be Megamind, but he didn't want to do it.
It would have been good as Megamind.
Yeah, he probably would have been good.
I like Brad Pitt better, though, because it's got that holier than thou kind of. No, Brad Pitt is. I met Brad Pitt as Metro Man.
Yeah.
I liked him better because it's Brad Pitt, like, and everyone's like swooning and falling. You don't really swoon or fall for Ben Stiller.
No.
I don't. My wife a little bit. She really liked him in that Faith movie a while back, but other than that, not a lot of swooning for that guy.
So Jonah Hill's character is the Jimmy Olsen to Tina Fey's Roxanne Roberts or
Lois Lane. Yeah.
Lois Lane.
Yeah.
And his name is Hal. But his last name is the other Green Lantern.
Oh, I didn't catch that one. Yeah.
Hal Stewart.
House. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Did not catch that one.
They had a lot of
catch.
Easter eggs they had the alliteration of the characters' names. They had that. Megamind is kind of a combination of Marvel's The Leader and DC's Lex Luthor, basically.
A little Brainiac in there too, maybe.
Yeah.
But
And Minion is his own thing.
Yeah, I think my wife had never seen Megamind when we were watching it on Saturday. And she's like, how did I never see this? And I think it's because it got lost. It came out right after The Incredibles and Despicable Me. And I think it just got overlooked. Although it did make $100-something million at the box office. So
it made bank. Dreamworks is more popular overseas than they are here, if I'm not mistaken. Their films, especially with the Monsters Inc., which did okay here, but it's like super big overseas. And I liked it.
It was okay. I put Monsters Inc. pretty low on my list of like that. I mean, I love Megamind. It's such a fantastic movie. It's one of those movies that it's fallen into that rotation with like The Fifth Element and some other movie, Ghostbusters, stuff like that, where if it's on, I'm watching. I don't care
it's staying on.
where the movie where in the movie it is. I don't care if it's the last 11 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm watching this. Or if it's 2 minutes in, I'm watching the whole movie. I'm sucked in. So
Blazing Saddles. I know we were going out, but we're not.
Yeah, Monsters vs. Aliens and Megamind are two just very. I mean, I'm not gonna say underrated, but I know people who have not seen them, which is odd to me, right?
That's what I meant, by the way, when I said Monsters Inc. Monsters vs. Aliens, because that's the Dreamworks one.
Oh, okay. I love Monsters vs. Aliens. That's a great, also
Yeah.
just another fantastic movie that sort of, flew a little bit under the radar, but still did pretty well. Did well at the box office. I really wish they'd come up with a sequel for it. Plus, they mention our old neighborhood in San Francisco, Tom, in that movie, which
Damn right they do.
makes me laugh every single time when when the humanoid cockroach warns them that the tenderloin's a little dicey.
Yeah.
That's always makes me laugh.
In fairness, it was.
It was. Yeah, he's not wrong.
He is not wrong.
It still
That's
is.
Monsters
I
versus
haven't been, and
one of the few movies that made my wife throw up. She saw one of the first versions of it in 3D, where they really didn't get the 3D down quite right yet. So the poor kid, she still doesn't like that movie because of that. If you like Monsters vs. Aliens and if you like Megamind, I saw some of the shorts that they made after it for the Halloween special. So I'll talk about that a little bit after we discuss the movie, because you guys probably haven't seen the shorts because you said you wish there were some sequels. Both Monsters vs. Aliens and Megamind have some shorts in a Halloween special I'll talk about in a second.
And they've greenlit a Megamind cartoon.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Nice.
I hope they do it justice, because I think at this point matching sort of the quality of the animation is less of an issue than it has been, right? So oftentimes when we were younger people, I'm not even going to say when we were kids, but even young adults, and they tried to bring sort of those properties into the TV format, the sort of the disparity in animation was so bad you were like, ugh, can I even watch this? But now, rendering artists and whatnot and reusability of computer animation makes that an easier transition on the eyes for people who are fans of traditional animation movies.
And I gotta say, Megamind might have the best soundtrack in any superhero movie besides something that James Gunn has directed.
Or Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse has an amazing
Spider-Verse
soundtrack.
has a really good soundtrack.
Yeah.
But I do love the Megamind soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, you got AC/DC, and some random songs on there that just hit home.
You know what the difference between a villain and a supervillain is?
Presentation.
So let's talk a little
He's
bit
not
about.
wrong.
We haven't talked too much about Titan except for Secret Identity. So Titan was the real bad guy of the movie. Megamind, he was a bad guy, but he was just trying to prove himself to the world, I think. Even his most evil plans were mostly just to show up Metro Man. But Titan got the powers of Metro Man, and he became corrupted very quickly, which I think is something that might happen.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that, you can feel instant sympathy for Megamind, right? Because he's being bullied at school. And even though he decides, well, if I'm going to be portrayed as bad, I might as well be bad. Deep down in his heart, he's not a bad person, no matter how much he thinks he is. So I like that this movie is watchable for all ages. You can watch it with a little kid, and you can watch it as an adult and still find enjoyment out of it. I assume. I'm not a little kid. I wasn't a little kid when I saw it, but I would assume it's fun for a kid.
Some of the things Titan does is a little scary, especially when he's chasing down the Lois Lane character. What was her name again?
Roxanne.
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 Because he's looking to tear her up.
He feels a little entitled.
Yeah.
And he's not.
Yeah, he's definitely giving off the "oh poor me" incel vibe. If it wasn't for you women, I'd be doing great, kind of thing, which I always think is kind of creepy. Anytime it's not used that often as a character type, but when I see someone who's blaming women because women won't date him, that comes off as really creepy and kind of ooky. And Titan definitely has that creepy ooky vibe. Like even when he didn't have the superpowers, he was giving off that vibe.
Yeah, I mean, because for his party, he orders the bouncy house, and she shuts him down. And then, of course, he reminds himself properly that women like clowns and not bouncy houses. So we all know
Rule 1.
where that was going. Seriously, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows
yeah.
clowns.
Clearly, he's a villain straight from the get-go. He might as well just been wearing a purple jumpsuit. Because we all know purple is the color of villains. That's how we all knew, spoiler alert, in Unbreakable, that the Glass Man was, as soon as you saw that the liner of his coat was purple, you knew he was the villain of the movie.
Yeah, easy
Easy
call.
call. Easy
Same
call.
with Donnie and Marie.
Yep. Those
You're
damn
like-
purple socks.
Yeah, that dude's evil.
Evil. That dude is evil.
Anything else on the movie itself? Great ending. You were right, by the way, about the soundtrack. The soundtrack really is terrific.
Yeah, I think we should rate it 3 to 18.
Ooh, 3 to 18 on that soundtrack. I'm gonna give it like a solid 17.
No, I'm going straight for the movie.
Just for the whole film?
Movie.
Oh, for the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good movie. I mean, it's not. I give it a 17.
Yeah, I'll give it a 16.
I'll
Gonna
match
give it a
Tom.
16.
I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Tom. I'm gonna take the high road here and give it a 17 too.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not
good,
perfect.
Yeah,
But it's close.
it is close.
And it's not a long movie either. Like an
No.
hour and a half.
Yeah. It's easily watched. It's very rewatchable. Hits all the marks. It's safe. If you had kids in the room, it's still safe to watch. Yeah. It's just they just did a great job with this.
And
Well, let me
for
tell
our listeners who are out there wondering, where can I find Megamind? I rented it from Amazon, but it was available on Apple also. You could rent it for $4, or you could buy the movie for I think $9.
Or you
So-
could see it on the free version of Peacock
With commercials. Yep.
with commercials. Yeah.
Oh well, nice of you to point that out after I spent $4.
The Roku pointed it out to me.
You son of a bitch!
be
Always
fair-
blaming the Roku.
I watched it like last week, and then I wanted to see if there was anything else, so I just Googled it again, and I found out that in Scary Stories, an anthology that they made for like shorts for the movies and for a TV show. There is a Monsters vs. Aliens and a Megamind one. The Megamind one is called the Button of Doom, and they're having this big yard sale, and they're giving away like all their evil weapons because they don't want to be evil anymore. And they give away everything except for the rotating space laser of death because they can't figure out how to use it for anything else but evil. They're just racking their brains on that one. The Spider bot, which Minion actually hides because he can't bear to be rid of it, and the Button of Doom. And they can't remember what the Button of Doom does because they made so many things. So, like, you can just see him looking at it and kind of sweating for a second, and he just presses the fucking thing. Like, what would you do? Like, well, there's only one way to find out. So a giant Megamind emerges from the ground as the ultimate doomsday weapon to kill Metro Man, and he thinks that Megamind is Metro Man because Megamind is the new savior of the city. So he has to fight his own giant evil robot. So he's like, all right. And, he says a lot of his fun tropes, and he's down on himself because he unleashed evil on the city by accident again. Oh, darn it. But finally, they get it together. It's actually funny enough that I think everyone should watch that one. It was pretty good. And the Monsters vs. Alien ones is really cute.
Where'd you find that?
I found it by yelling at my Roku until it told me where it was.
So, listeners, go over
Okay.
to Tom's house and yell at his Roku until
right.
it gives you what you want.
So listeners, Google that shit because you got hands and fingers and computers and shit. Most of you, all of you, I hope. Sorry if you don't. If you don't, there's voice activated stuff, and I'm sorry.
Roku was voice activated, so it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, that does it for Megamind. I thought it was a great movie. It's one of those ones that we always watch. Mikey, what do you got at the front of the loud box for me?
At the front of the long box, I have the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder. Have you
Yeah.
guys seen this trailer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And holy shit, Natalie Portman looks jacked.
I'm
It's just as
not
big
going
as
to
my
disagree with
thumb.
you.
Yeah,
She's
so I mean,
she's ripped. You're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
you're going to see a Linda Hamilton transformation for Natalie Portman.
I hope we get a montage.
Montage.
That'd be sweet.
It would be
Getting a
sweet.
little better with the hammer every time.
Yeah,
Montage.
I saw the trailer today. I was really excited about it. If anybody, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, not really a spoiler, but if you like the thematically and sort of how they did like Ragnarok and the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's definitely more in that vein than any other sort of situation. I just saw somebody badmouth it on Twitter today, and I was like, I will murder you dead. I will find you. I will figure out why you don't like this movie, and I will make you watch movies like this until you enjoy them because they're just fucking fun.
Fun.
And
It's
then
as if
we'll
somebody
murder
took
you.
a Walt
And then we'll
Simonson
murder you.
comic book from the 80s. Because that fucking spaceship that they're flying in is just right out of that, Thor traveling around the universe.
Yeah.
Which, as you
The
know, is my
Viking
favorite Thor ever.
Yeah,
Thor with the record. I didn't see the recorder. Do you think the recorder's in there?
he maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
I love the recorder.
But yeah, that looks good. I'm excited about it.
It looks terrific. A lot of the visuals, that bright, super bright rainbow color, crazy. I loved it all.
And they're doing the God Killer story, which
Yes.
seems antithetical to having a comedic Thor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they
Yes,
took
it
a
does.
really serious Jason Aaron run. And they're like, let's hire Christian Bale because everybody knows he's whimsical. And then give it that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna keep sort of the serious side of the subplot for Jane Foster's Thor.
Yeah, she's still fighting cancer.
Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering if they're gonna include that sort of in the mix, and sort of have them deal with it, but I wasn't sure.
It's
Well
hard to-
said. Hard to tell from the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she just appears for a second, so.
Christian Bale, he put on 652 tons to play the God Killer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
method
method.
acting, that's tough.
Yeah, his method acting is tough. At some point, you just gotta just really lean into it. A lot of stakes. A lot of stakes.
Thanks, yeah. That's not good though.
That stakes are good. Tommy, what do you got in the back of the long box?
I have Star Wars Darth Vader and the Ghost Prison. So this takes place before the Battle of Yavin, and it is a great Darth Vader story. It's not quite as good as Vader Down, but it's still pretty good. In it, there's an attack on Coruscant. They attack the Emperor. They have used poison gas. The Emperor is down, but not out. And it's basically an insurgency within the Empire. A bunch of the cadets have tried to take out a bunch of the soldiers because the person in charge of the academy has decided that the Emperor is foolishly killing off a bunch of soldiers, and he's sick of it. He doesn't want to keep training cadets to have them constantly be sent into useless battles and die. So he thinks the Empire is heading in the wrong direction. So he tries to do a coup and tries to take out the Emperor. So Darth Vader is looking for a place off the grid with medical facilities to heal the Emperor. And so he goes to the Jedi archives, finds a ghost prison where they were keeping all of the Force sensitive people that they captured during the Clone Wars, to use the medical facilities and to try to get some troops to fight off the insurgency. And it is a great story.
Is this part of Charles Soule's run?
This is by W. Hayden Blackman, Randy Stradley Dave Wilkins and Augustine Alesso. So it is before all the Charles Soule run. It's before all of that. This is back from like 2015. So this is from a while ago. But it's still a really good Star Wars story. And it really does have Vader kicking the crap out of a lot of people.
So still Marvel, just not recent Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
sounds good.
Good stuff.
Does sound good. I'll read that. I like watching Vader kick ass.
That's why we always love. That's why we talk about Vader now so much. Yeah.
Because he should.
Yeah.
He should.
Instead of doing a 3 to 18 today, I'm going to do kind of a bit on either or. I heard a comic talking about the thing that men want. There are things that men want more than great sex. It's not a lot of things, but there are some things. And on a scale of 3 to 18, how much would you like to be recruited into a heist? It's a heist for a good thing. It's not like just robbing people or stealing money. It's for like good. But like, hey man, you have a certain set of talents. We need you on this team. Like the van pulls up, some guy that you really like from like your old days in the military, Mike, or like an old high school professor, Josh, who says, this bad guy's got this relic, man. We got to go get it. Or Tommy, I don't know what the fuck motivates you. Some accountant comes running up and says, hey, we just can't get these numbers to match up, but maybe you got this. But for some reason, your certain skill set is leading to a goal that you want to accomplish, and you're the guy. Scale of 3 to 18, how jacked are you?
I'm worried there's going to be a swerve.
There's supposed to be a swerve. It's a heist movie, man.
I know, but I'm worried I'm the one getting swerved.
Yeah, I'm probably the one that's really getting swerved.
Because if I don't know what the swerve is, then I am the one being swerved.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure I'm the distraction.
We really need you to dress up as a woman and walk into this prison.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm the guy that's supposed to spill the drinks on the guard.
That's an important part, man.
So I have a game called Burgle Brothers where it is a heist where we are stealing money from a casino that we need to play. It's just a 4-person game. So next time we're all together, I'll bring that over and we will have your fucking heist, Tom.
Thank you. Just so you know, I'm a clear 18. Like more than anything else in my life, I would love for one of the commanders that I served under, like, Tom, one of the weapons that you worked on when you were a nuclear weapons specialist, it's in the wrong hands and we got to get it back. And you're the last guy to work on it. Fuck yeah.
Tom, Josh, LT, and I literally had this conversation when you were in the Ukraine because we thought we would have to do a heist to go rescue you. And we were like, well, McCoy's dead, but his son's around, so I think we'll be okay.
We got McCoy light.
That's right.
McCoy light. McCoy light can at least
McCoy extra tall is what we got.
He can only see over the counter at the 7-Eleven in case that's where I'm being hit.
That's right. It's a good thing. The good thing about the Ben over Christian was Ben can ride that ride.
Yeah. That's an inside joke for our friends who don't know, but Christian was one of our friends who unfortunately lost his life in Afghanistan. His son is Ben, and they're both great soldiers.
Yes.
All right, Josh, give me 3 to 18. Don't leave me hanging.
I'm going to go 17.
All right, you'd be stoked. Tommy, I know it's not your thing, but come on. You don't break the law, though.
I'm going to go like 8.
Like, I'm horrified and I'm calling the police on you. Okay. Mikey?
I cannot answer this question. I would never agree to do anything illegal.
Of course you wouldn't. Blink twice. Blink out the number. 1, 2.
It's going to be a 44 if you just keep on watching me.
After enough time goes by.
Man, Mike's really into this.
Oh my God, Mike's
Christ,
at
I didn't know
25.
Mikey wanted to do a heist this bad.
I think we know what to get him for his birthday.
Yeah, come over and play Burgle Brothers with me.
Fair
Apparently, it's eye drops.
enough. Josh, that was a little bit of a tangent, but do you have a tangent for us today?
Yeah, do I? I thought I had one. I just lost it. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. So Minion, right? So if we're looking at Minion, right, we've got a fish controlling the body of a robo gorilla. If you could have had any of your pets, childhood companions, anything like that, what amalgamation makes your perfect minion from your childhood? Or recent history. It doesn't need to be from your childhood.
I'm just gonna go with my stuffed, my imaginary friend Chauncey.
You know what, Chauncey?
For those of you who know that notice my camera's off, there's a reason for that.
We lost visual on you.
I know you lost visual on me when
Okay.
I'm talking about my imaginary friend Chauncey. Shut up. Am I good? I'm good.
Good.
I'm back.
So I love the Super Ape robotic body.
Oh yeah, I know you
I
did.
mean, I think that's already perfect. So I would probably see. I need a minion. Like Bear was just way too nice and friendly. I can't use Bear. I'm going to go with Tinker Monster.
Does that tiny little chihuahua handle that body?
Like the sergeant from Top 10? Is that what Tinker's
Yeah.
looking like? Yeah.
Yeah, she would be awesome at that. Plus, like we went to the vet today, and so she had to get some shots. So like she can't. She's 14 years old. She can no longer make it easily up the steps anymore. So I have to carry her everywhere. So if I could prolong my dog's life by putting her in that kind of body where she wouldn't be suffering, I think I appreciate that.
Robo Tinker. Got it.
Yep.
LT?
I would like my childhood dog Abner to be back, and I would also put him in probably robot dog body though.
That was a good dog.
But maybe give him some opposable thumbs though, so he could be more useful.
You did not deserve that dog. That was a good dog.
That was a damn good dog.
No, nobody deserved that dog. That dog was a good dog.
That was a good dog.
I'm taking also I'm taking Dodger, but I'm not putting him in the humanoid body. I'm putting him in the remember the oh man, what were those toys? They were like wind up puzzle toys that you had to like create. You had to like build them all, and then you could crank them so they could move. I had a giant gorilla one, but I also had a giant dragon one. So I'm having Dodger Dragon as my Frankenstein companion.
I'm a little bit surprised it's not like Baxter
and Dodger.
and Dodger like a two-headed.
Yeah, like a two-headed.
Like a Cerberus type thing.
We could do a Cerberus dragon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a Tiamat, but friendlier.
Yeah. I initially I thought if it was a pet tugboat, but you guys did not know how vicious Tugboat was when it came to any other dog or any other person approaching anywhere near Laney. Like he would just lose his mind and just bite, like, which I loved, by the way. If Laney was watching Tugboat, she was not getting raped, unless you had like multiple shotguns to kill that dog, and you better hit him. So I think he'd be too dangerous in a robot body.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I love you, Tugboat, but man, I just cannot unleash you on the world. Like the mailman would come to the door and look at Laney, and that's it for the mailman. Like the pile of bodies.
Yeah, the only thing I would worry about with a dragon-sized Baxter was just the sheer volume of drool produced.
Oh, jeez.
Like you can't even imagine the mess he makes of my floor now when he's only 80 pounds. Like if he was dragon sized, like I don't even know. That's like a water park.
Whee!
I-
That's the
I
worst
think
water park
I
ever.
think the Baxter head. I think the Baxter head would have a slightly longer neck, so that he could retrieve snacks better.
Huh.
I'm just imagining all the fur that would be all over your house.
Oh god, it'd be yeah. Well, I mean that's that's where the Robo Dragon parts come in to reduce the fur to combat steel ratio so it's livable. Yeah.
I noticed no one picked a cat. Nope.
Yep.
I've had some good cats. Oh,
I've never had a cat.
yeah, I don't think I remember you ever having a cat. Yeah.
I think you would
yeah.
remember if you had a cat.
Yeah. I was trying to think like if a girl lived with you for a little while or anything that had a cat for a bit, but I don't remember any.
I mean, I've dated people who had cats. Dad and Donna, my father and stepmother, had cats, but
Yeah.
I never lived with a cat.
Cats are awesome as long as you realize that they're, pretty much assholes.
Yeah, I lived with an iguana, but not a cat.
That was a great iguana. That's another.
By
good
the
one.
way, you would never choose a cat as your minion because cats are like one of the
Like screw
biggest
you.
predators on the planet.
Yeah, just-
You don't want to make a cat big enough to take down a human.
Good point. Moving on.
yeah.
I guess that brings us over to was that everybody?
Plugs.
Yeah.
Plugs. We got Awesome Con coming up.
Yeah.
We do.
First weekend of June. If you are in the Washington, D.C. area, come on over to AwesomeCon Saturday night. We are in the big room.
We are in a big room.
150 people. So get there early. We're at, I think, 8:30 in the evening. We're after the con closes, but we're like
Still at the con.
Still at the con. The floors will be closed, but everything else is still going on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be missing this.
So I think we're going to get a crowd probably around the size of the ones we got in Philly or in Vegas.
I would hope so.
All right.
Yeah.
Which was, like what, 50, 75, somewhere in there?
No, I think we got over 100
In Philly.
In Philly?
Yeah.
And the Vegas was the first year they had Vegas, and there were a lot of people in that room. That room was packed too.
Yeah, that was a.
Giant
Yeah.
room.
We got some pictures of that one. It's kind of a lot.
wasn't at Vegas. We did well in New Orleans too.
I was so
Couple
hungover at Vegas. Oh my God. Mikey kept feeding me all those drinks at the craps table.
St. Louis, we had a huge crowd too, so that was good. Yeah, we had a lot of big crowds.
A couple of really good guests. Josh, do you have Anthony Daniels' autograph yet?
No, because Anthony Daniels was a dick to me at a con, and now I refuse to get his autograph.
Well, then you're not going to want to get it this time either. Amanda Connor, I might try to get a sketch from her, but I doubt I'll.
You say that every con.
I know, but there's always
Always so busy.
So lovely.
Yeah.
So lovely.
Melissa Joan Hart will be there. That'll be fun to see.
Yeah, I hadn't really looked at the guest list to see.
It's not that many. It's only like 15 people.
If you grow out your mutton chops, I know somebody who will pull on them.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna be
Giancarlo's
there.
back.
Damn right he is. Yep, that's about it. Sylvester McCoy for my Doctor Who fans.
Oh, Simu Lee will be there.
Simu Lee, yeah,
Yeah.
we like him.
Yeah. But yeah, not a big list of folks. I don't know if this is just early, but the con's not that far off, so I'm guessing now.
It's in May. I mean, it's coming up. No, June.
June.
I am
So-
not good with dates. I have proven this over and over again. And over again. And over again.
So yeah, I don't know how big the attendance. I honestly don't know how big AwesomeCon is, or even how big the convention center is.
I think they usually average between 40 and 50,000 people
It's not a small con.
over
That's a big con.
the 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's still 3 times as big as Pensacon, but Pensacon had 100 guests, and these guys have 20.
Yep. 3-day badge
You
is
know why?
$85.
Because everybody goes to the panels.
Yeah.
I hope so.
That's right.
It's you can't. I can't find any of the programming online, but as of yet, anyway.
You
Yeah,
know,
I don't.
I would try to, join you virtually, but I will be in White River Junction and I will have absolutely no internet connection because that's the way it is in White River Junction, Vermont.
That is true.
Well, that's okay. If you do want to see it, I assure you we are not recording it because we are too lazy to do that.
We gotta do that at some point. Let's do it on this
we
one.
really got to do that at some point.
Damn it, Mike.
We used to be on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, actually, we're on. I saw somewhere else that one came up again. Yeah. It's on somewhere. Trust me.
Yeah, well, was that the Las Vegas con that they filmed?
Yeah, it was the Las Vegas Con I was so hungover for.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you search Amazon Prime, you might find us. We're definitely on there. We were back when Con TV existed. I guess they sold everything to Amazon Prime.
Yep. I
Uh,
think Con TV might be its own channel now on Roku somewhere because I know I saw us. Yeah.
Yep.
So we are out there.
That's right, but
We're out there and we get no royalties for that.
if you want to follow us, you can go over to Twitter at the Longbox Guys, or if you can't get enough of us, you can go to patreon.com/the Longbox Guys, and for a mere $1 a week, you can, or excuse me, $1 a month, you can get a bonus podcast from us. Every week we do a bonus podcast called The Geek Leak, where we talk about all the other geeky stuff we're up to other than comic books. And you know what? We should also plug our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Hi. Please like and subscribe and give us a higher rating, because the higher rating we get, the more the algorithm is going to point us out to people who like drunk guys talking about comic books. And we should also thank Kirby Crackle for providing our Geek Rock music, as they do every week. KirbyCrackleMusic.com.
I'd also like to plug GeekOrthodox.com.
GeekOrthodox.com.
Hello, Tammy.
GeekOrthodox.com, purveyor of stained glass prints, socks, Johnny Skywalker rocks glasses, sake sets, you name it, they got it. GeekOrthodox.com. If you want t-shirts, you got to go over to IanLino.com, because that's where all the good t-shirts are.
I would say GeekOrthodox.com is the Megamind of stained glass.
I'm in on that.
It's true. And IanLino.com is the Minion
Of geek t-shirts.
of geek t-shirts.
I think you're stretching that a little bit,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, what's the name of your new comic book shop in your town?
Great Stories in Whitensville, Massachusetts. Come on by. They've got a new space. They're tricking it out to have streaming games at some point, and hopefully we'll even do a live podcast from there.
I love that. Those guys are nice. They got me a whole bunch of Pokemon cards. Yeah, energy cards for the Pokemon group that we're starting at our after-school program for refugee children.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, all the money we get from our Patreon account goes over to the Elizabeth Peabody House, where they do awesome work.
Yeah, they're okay. Yeah. They do feed about 100 families every single week. And that's up from like 80 families just like 2 or 3 months ago, which is up from like 60 families just about a year ago. The price of food, the price of everything is going up and up and up. More and more families are needing a little bit of help. So don't forget your local food banks. And if you don't have a local one to give to, the Elizabeth Peabody House in Somerville, Massachusetts could certainly use the help.
And if you're in the New Orleans area, which I know a lot of our listeners are, go into Jackson Square and check out Sweet Saint, which is my friend's new ice cream shop down there.
No, I like ice cream.
Delicious.
Sweet Saint isn't a stripper.
I didn't say it isn't a stripper. I said it's an ice cream shop that my friend has.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure I've tucked dollar bills into Sweet Saint's G-string, and he was fantastic.
Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah.
Sweet
What?
Saint, is that your sector?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Mike, what's this podcast like to you?
It's like Drunk History, but for comics.
Sweet, sweet Tommy, what do you always say?
I always say that when you guys are going down to Awesome Con, I will have gotten my 4th shot.
All right.
All right.
And don't forget what I always say, don't just what you hate, just promote what you love. You will live longer, I promise you. Goodbye from the Longbox, guys.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.